Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss about elements and compounds. So let us discuss the points which we have already learned about elements. Elements can be defined as an element as a basic form of matter that cannot be broken down into simpler substances by chemical reactions. That we have already discussed that it is not be broken down into simpler substance. The examples we have discussed that the examples of metals, non-metals and metalloids. Now let us discuss about compounds. It can be defined as a compound is a substance composed of two or more elements chemically combined with one another in a fixed proportion. That is very most important in the case of compound. That is, these are composed of two or more elements and they are chemically combined in a fixed proportion. So let us take the case of example of hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen, the symbol for hydrogen is H, the symbol for oxygen is O. So I am writing here as H2, that is hydrogen gas, O2 as oxygen gas. So when they are physically combined, that means when we just mix these two gases, so definitely we'll be getting a mixture. That is what we can see in the case of air. When the different gases are mixed physically, that is representing a mixture. But when these are reacting chemically, when they are combining chemically, so it will give rise to a new product or the new compound, that is water. Now you are familiar with the formula for water, that is H2O. Now here in this case of compound, the elements like hydrogen and oxygen, they are chemically combining and it is giving rise to a new compound. The new product is formed, that is water. So water is actually having the elements of hydrogen and oxygen. So I can write here the water is an example of a compound which is consist of elements, that is two elements are there here, that is hydrogen element and oxygen element, which is chemically combined with one another and that is in a fixed proportion. Fixed proportion, that means they are always combining in a particular ratio. That is actually you'll be going to learn in the next chapter how they are chemically combined in a fixed ratio. So how we can define the compound? That is actually a compound which is made up of two or more elements chemically combined with one another in a fixed proportion. One more example I can take here, that is carbon dioxide. Now you are familiar, carbon dioxide gas, that is actually there in the air. So carbon dioxide gas is actually made up of carbon and oxygen. So the two element which is present here, that is chemically combined, is the carbon and the oxygen. So here these actually resulting a product or the compound, that is carbon dioxide. And here also there is a fixed ratio in which the carbon and oxygen combine and that is giving rise to carbon dioxide. Let us take the examples of compound. The examples, familiar example, that is water, sugar, carbon dioxide, salt, etc. These examples, whatever we can take here, the compounds having certain formulas. Mixtures does not have the formulas, but the compounds having certain formulas because the elements are combining in a particular ratio. So that you will be going to learn in the further classes, that how to generate the formula. That is here I am just giving the example like salt, NaCl, it having a particular formula. Example, silicon dioxide, that is silica, SiO2, hydrochloric acid, that is the formula, it have HCl, and the oxide of nitrogen, N2O. So here what we can say that the compounds will have a particular formula because the elements are combining in a particular ratio, but the mixtures will not having any formula. Next we can have a comparison here between the mixtures and the compounds that is given in the textbook. So first point, elements or the compound just mix together to form mixture and no new compound is formed. That is most important here. Here the elements and the compounds are just mixing, but that mixing is called as a physical mixing. That means it does not result in any new compound formation, but here the elements are reacting, or we can say they are combining chemically, and it is giving rise to new product. So that is the one most important difference here between mixtures and compound. That is, here no new product is formed, but here a new product, we can say new compound is formed. The next point, a mixture has variable composition, but in compounds they always combine in a fixed ratio. That we have already discussed. There is a combination in a fixed ratio, but here there is in the mixture the composition is variable. The next one is a mixture shows the properties of the constituent substances, but here the new substance has formed that is totally different the property. So here in the case of mixture, whatever constitute are there, it shows the properties of that constituent substance. But in this case, what the new product is formed, that is totally different from what it is taken. I am taking an example of same hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen, when they are forming a mixture, that is by a physical combination they form a mixture, but still it shows the properties of hydrogen and oxygen. But these, when it is chemically combined, then it is from water, that is H2O. But the water have the properties that is different from the property of hydrogen and oxygen, because we know that hydrogen and oxygen are gases in state, but H2O, that is the water, is quite different from its constitute. What is the constitute here? Hydrogen and oxygen are the constituent. So the water, the compound which is formed, is totally different from its constitute. But in the case of mixture, the constitute are showing the properties. The properties will be shown. That is one point. That is the shows the difference between mixtures and compounds. Next one is the fourth point. The constituent can be separated easily by physical method. So we learnt about the different physical methods of separation that is actually is used for separating the constituent of mixture, but that technique cannot be used in the case of compound. Here certain chemical methods are used, that is chemical reactions, certain electrochemical reactions are required to separate the constituent. So that is what we can say the difference between the mixtures and compound, and this table is same, it is given in the textbook, so better to note it down from the textbook. So this is all about this video, and here we are finishing this chapter. Have a nice day.